we would like to see the European Union impose sanctions on on those people and organizations that are facilitating Iran's missile program. There is no question that Iran has accelerated its missile testing, and it has been proliferating missiles to the Houthis in Yemen, to Hezbollah, to its proxies around the region. And so we would like to see the EU impose sanctions on Iran's missile program. We know they're concerned. You can see the letters they send to the UN Security Council. They've condemned the testing, but we would like to see them impose sanctions.
Did the U.S. administration at any point last Thursday talk with European partners about what they were planning?
We will be discussing the way forward. We will be comparing notes and having strong consultations, as we always do. But again, we share the same threat assessment, we share the same concerns, and I'm sure we'll work through anything that we disagree on, we work through it. But this is what it means to be allies.
So what do you disagree on?
We disagree on the Iran nuclear deal as the best way to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. The Iran nuclear deal expires. People sometimes forget this. This is a deal that has a sell-by date. It expires. In fact, in 17 months under the Iran nuclear deal, the UN arms embargo that Iran is currently under is lifted. And then more military restrictions get lifted, and the nuclear restrictions are going to get lifted. So everything that we are concerned about today in terms of Iran's threats on the nuclear program, this day is going to come. We have pulled that date forward so that we can deal with Iran that is more vulnerable, as opposed to waiting a number of years when Iran is much stronger, and it's going to be much harder to put the genie back in the bottle.
So first of all, do you have information on how much?
So we do need to consider what other things that we could do to restore deterrence. We do need to restore deterrence. Iran has conducted over half dozen attacks, and we do need to, and we have enhanced our force posture. We have moved in the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group. We've put in a number of assets to enhance intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. And we've moved in 1,000 new troops. And we think that that puts us in a good defensive position so that if we're attacked, and we are not looking for any attack in that region. The President has shown a lot of restraint in the context of a campaign of maximum economic pressure. But we are not looking for any conflict in the region. Iran is. Iran seems to be spoiling for a fight.
Add 100 forces here, anything like that, or is it just on the...
When we got out of the deal, there were a number of media stories that said that American sanctions alone are not going to make any difference, and that in order to really change Iran's behavior, you need to have multilateral sanctions. That is proven to be incorrect. American sanctions alone have been stronger than the multilateral sanctions of the past. That is because we are taking a fundamentally different approach. We are approaching this in a way where we need to convey to Iran that there is no acceptable level of lethal assistance to its proxies around the region. There is no acceptable level of missile proliferation, and there's no acceptable level of nuclear enrichment.